Ooh, it's just like Murder on the Orient Express. Wouldn't that have been fun? It wasn't. It was a level 4 and I couldn't get through it. So today we're going to be playing a level 2 escape room game called the Cursed Labyrinth. Can you solve riddles and escape the impenetrable labyrinth? Let's find out. Inside, it looks like we've got an instruction book and some gameplay materials, which I'm not sure we're supposed to take a look at just yet. We'll set those right aside and take a look at the instructions. In case you want to pause and read the instructions, we played these before on some previous videos, so I'm not going to go ahead and review them all with you. We are just going to take a look at the front page with the storyline here. And now you may have the remaining time to yourselves. We recommend taking a walk through the beautifully designed garden of the Dark Castle. Be sure not to miss the Stone Labyrinth. The castle owner had a real passion for mythology. Then let's meet back at the bus. Don't be late. Finally, the labyrinth. You've heard so many stories about the mythical creatures living inside and the people who have disappeared there without a trace. But your tour guide stops you. On your way to the labyrinth? This might come in handy. He hastily presses a strange disc into your hand. With a somewhat queasy feeling, you are on your way, and soon find yourself gazing at the impressive dimensions of the vast stone wonder. The walls must be at least 12 feet tall. As you walk through the entrance, the sky turns dark. I hope it's not going to rain, you think. Suddenly, someone from your group cries out, "Look at that ugly gargoyle!" He patronizingly pats the stone creature on the nose. With a loud thud, the entrance closes and you hear an eerie voice. Only if you can work together to solve all the riddles in time will you be able to escape and break the curse of the labyrinth. If not, you will remain my prisoners forever. All right, now the first bit of instructions say we are supposed to set up the gargoyle. It also here says we're going to want a pencil handy and some scissors or something similar. Let's see, what do we have inside? The decoder disc that it was just mentioned. Looks like we've got some snakes. I think this is our gargoyle. I've gone ahead and punched out the pieces in the gargoyle as directed. The other cards we're going to save for later. We have a deck of cards we're going to need here in a moment. It looks like there's also a push pin inside the box. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and open up these and sort them as directed. All right, I've gone ahead and sorted the playing cards. We have our gargoyle here, the extra playing pieces up here, the decoder disc, the boxes. I suspect this box is going to come into play. They usually do in these games. Let's go ahead and check out the front page here. It says the Cursed Labyrinth. There's fire, seal, tooth, goblin, and woman. Not sure what those are in reference to, but here we have a story. Loud laughter echoes from the walls. You look around in terror. Who's there? You stutter. Then you see the stone gargoyle in front of you move. Who are you to mock the keeper of the labyrinth with such arrogance? He hisses. Now you have brought the labyrinth to life and will have to wander between its walls for all eternity. Its exit portal has never before been opened. Few have ever even found it. Solve my riddles and you may pass, but you definitely can't go out the way you came in. And the way forward? Well, we'll see about that. These words are immediately followed by more laughter, which seems to resound between the walls incessantly. Indeed, there is no going forward here. There is not a single passageway to be found. Just behind the gargoyle there is a strange wall with a line winding down it. In his hand the gargoyle holds a strange card. What could be written upon it? All right, do not turn the page until you have solved this riddle. Well, he is holding card A, so let's go ahead and check out riddle card A. All right, so we have a triangle. That's a symbol of a lock. We can see he's the lock that we have to unlock. And I guess we have to do something with these numbers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, sword, 8, 9, 10. Just counting is not going to work. So we've got, all right, sword, torch, bow and arrow, bull's head, flame. 1, 3, 8, 12. Okay, well, already going to need a hint, so let's check out the help cards. We have the first clue with the triangle on it, and it says, take a close look at riddle card A. Some of the stones in the walls have numbers, others have symbols. Do you think you might be able to assign numbers to the symbols? By the way, you will find a very similar wall on page 3. All right, well, there is the arrow here showing us which direction to go, which would mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So if we look closely at the gargoyle, I do see a flame and the torch. If we look at our card, the flame is 12, 13, 14, and the torch is 10. No, that's not right. 3, 4, 5, 6. So 14 and 6, 1, 4, 6 with the triangle. Let's go to our decoder ring, find the triangle, do 1, 4, 6, and that's going to give us answer card 9. So let's find answer card 9. This means we might be correct because we are in a it didn't say we're wrong, right? So the triangle for the gargoyle is answer card 6. So let's go back to answer card 6. It says, congratulations, the gargoyle seems to be pleased. It grins broadly at you. Is it a sympathetic grin? It's hard to tell in the twilight. Then it touches the wall with its right hand. It immediately dissolves and opens a path into the labyrinth. But you have barely taken a few steps before you hear a scratching sound from your right, most likely rats. You quickly run on. Keep in mind you are never allowed to enter a passageway with rats. Take riddle card B from the stack and the strange gargoyle item and turn to page 4 and 5. Turn to page 4 and 5. We have our gargoyle here, and then riddle card B. We've got some codes. From the gargoyle's smiling head, waters flow from purple to red. Take the pencil, follow the path, and draw upon the water bath. When finally the spring runs dry, you'll know just what to do and why. All right, what do we have in here in page 4 and 5? All right, it says, suddenly you are standing before a gate. To the right of the gate there is a waterfall rushing down a rocky wall. A stone gargoyle is guarding it with a threatening gaze. This might get even more fun, you think, but this gargoyle doesn't speak. Instead, water spews from its mouth and down the rocky outcropping. All right, well, we've got another symbol here. We've got a lock. This code here, again, it says, from the gargoyle's smiling head, waters flow from purple to red. Take the pencil, follow the path, and draw upon the water bath. Then finally, when finally the spring runs dry, you'll know just what to do and why. Well, let's see. The first help card says, follow the instructions on riddle card B. You really are supposed to draw in the book in order to find the solutions to the riddle. To do that, let the mouth of the gargoyle on page 5 light up in all colors from purple to red. But how and what are you supposed to draw on the water? All right, well, I realized I did not punch out the mouth of the gargoyle, so let's go ahead and do that now. From purple to red. So if we put it in the purple, okay, I think what we're supposed to do, if I line up the purple, and I'm just going to draw on the purple here, and the yellow, blue, Orange. There is no orange. Or is that red? I guess that's red. W, U, T. So this and this makes a W, so I'm guessing that's 4. We need a U. So that and that make the U, that's 9. And a T. That and that is 3. So I think it's 493. 4, 9, 3 is answer card 10. All right, we are at this gate. That's answer card 17. Awesome, the old gate opens. Just as you are about to continue on your way, you see that the corridor beyond the gate splits again. 3 paths proceed from there. Your despair slowly mounts. Which is the right one, and why is there so much junk lying around? Do not turn to the next page in the book. Take riddle cards C and D, remove the white edge, and put them together appropriately. Then take riddle card E. All right, I have C and D. I think remove the white edge means I got to trim this off. All right. I believe this is the way it goes because this appears to be the doorway. Now it says we can look at riddle card E. Which path will be the right one here? The bat, the dragon, or the starfish path? All right, well, it's symbol L. Bat, dragon, starfish. All right, we have a number of items. So clearly we need to figure out how, say, the bat is related to something in one of these objects. I mean, it could be the fire because it's light, I guess, and bats don't like the light. A dragon could be the sword because a knight could slay it. But what about a starfish? I have no idea. A fish? There are 3 paths shown on riddle card E, but only one is the right one. If you know the right path, you will also know the code you are looking for. The objects lying around riddle cards C and D have to have something to do with the solution. But what? There are a coin, a key, a fish, a sword. Well, I've already figured as much of that out. Has something to do with the solution, but I'm not seeing it. I mean, we could take a guess, like I said, so let's try the guess. So the bat was number 1. All right, we're in the L, right? Whoops. Just say 1. The dragon was 9 for the sword, and the starfish was 2 for the fish. That's answer card 1. Nope, that is not right. I did not think it would be. I'm not sure why we even tried. All right, second riddle card, or hint card. There are 11 different objects shown in the riddle card C and D, numbered 0 through 10. How can you associate them with one of the 3 paths? The bat path, the dragon path, or the starfish path? To find the correct code, try naming all the objects in order, one after the other. There are only 2 of them that will have any particular significance for you. So map, torch, fish, key, rat, mace, snake, hat, helmet, coin, sword, star. That did not help at all. All right, giving up. What does it say? See a lot of the different objects on riddle cards C and D. 2 of them have special role to play. The star and the fish. Oh, starfish. So this is one of those solutions that was so obvious I just didn't see it because I was thinking it too hard. We have starfish 102. All right, so the L should be 102. Answer card 14. We are at this number 26. Very good. You take the starfish path. Soon you come to a fork where a goblin stands guard with a spear, gazing at you darkly. Go away. No getting through here. Okay, you think, and keep going straight. At the next fork, to your horror, it's crawling with nothing but spiders. Keep in mind that you're never allowed to enter passageway with goblins or spiders. You turn to the left and suddenly find yourself in front of a collection of furniture. On the floor there's an image of a room. The furniture needs to be moved there. But where is this room? Take riddle card F from the stack and the 8 strange items from the edge of the table. Do not turn to the next page in the book. So we've got our 8 items and riddle card F. It appears to just be a picture. We have a star over here. I guess we're supposed to put this stuff in some sort of order. We've got our sleeping dog, 3-headed dog. A chest. I guess that's the top of the chest. Is this the basket? No. Oh, okay. I think this is the top of the column. I mean, obviously we're looking at things from up overhead view. Would look something like that. All right, well, I'm sure this has something to do with 3 heads, but the only thing I can think of are legs. I mean, we've got 4 legs, 2, 4, 6, 8 legs, and another 8 legs. 4, 8, 8, maybe? And that's not correct. I mean, we could do heads. So we've got 3 heads and 4 heads and then no heads. And that's not right either. Time for our first hint card. Odd, isn't it? The 8 strange items of furniture are also shown in the room on riddle card F. From another perspective, granted, you can't shake the feeling that you are still missing the room shown on the card. You won't be able to organize all of the items until you find the room to put them in. Does it have something to do with this box? Time for a second clue. You will discover a room under the cardboard insert in the game box. The walls and the floor of the room are also shown on riddle card F. The items will fit perfectly here. Maybe you could try placing the items in the room the way they are shown on the riddle card. The door and the fireplace are good starting points. And now it's time to admire the order that you have created, maybe from above. All right, so I guess, oh, I missed it. Look, there is the fireplace there. There's some sort of doorway. There's the door, that's the locked door. All right, so we got the fireplace. So let's go ahead, put these things in here. Well, I'm still not seeing it. I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to be looking at. Alright, organize the strange items in the box the same way they are positioned on riddle card F. Once everything is in the proper place, you will find the code you are looking for. To do that, take a look at the room from above. This is the proper perspective. Pay attention to the open areas of the floor. These spaces will form 3 numbers. Okay, so that's 908. Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay. 908. So we have 908 is answer card 18. For the door 23. Great. You have opened the door. Dang, that took long enough. Strange room. You follow a corridor, but don't get far. Before you stands a gigantic minotaur. At first he seems taken aback, then sullen, then hopeful. His body is half man, half bull, and he looks awfully powerful. Now take riddle card G and turn to page 6 and 7. 6 and 7. Halt! You cannot pass here. The guardian has forbidden me from letting anyone through. An ancient magic spell binds us to this cursed spot. If you can solve my riddle, I will let you pass, but many have failed here, too many. Very well, you want to try? The minotaur stamps the ground with his right hind leg, and as if by magic, several colored gemstones appear before him, along with a pencil. Do you see them, the colored gemstones? These belong straight away to this riddle. I tell you, you'll want the eyes of an eagle, or you'll encounter the wrath of bats. All right, then. Get started on finding the solution. You don't have much time left, otherwise the curse will hit you all. Arrange one by one in order, beginning with the smallest and ending with the largest. With that, the minotaur goes silent, but he keeps his eyes on you and makes no move to let you pass. He seems to be waiting patiently for something, perhaps your solution. All right, we have gemstones. All right, so we have some clues here. Straight away, the eyes of an eagle, the wrath of bats. I mean, are we supposed to draw this line from red to white? First clue, there are a few words on page 6 that the Minotaur is emphasizing in an oddly conspicuous way. They're written in italics. Do you see them? They seem to have some significance. The pencil on riddle card G shows you what you must have done. No, you don't have to connect the gemstones. They're already connected by straight lines after all. Alright, I hate to use a marker, but I can't see it with a pencil. So red to white, red to white, white to green, green to blue, the light blue, and blue to yellow, to purple, to orange, to blue. And that has done nothing. Okay. Fantastic. Have you noticed that the bats on page 7 have different colored eyes? If you draw straight connections between them in the right order, you will come to the solution of the riddle. In what order, you ask? The gemstones will tell you that. And no, don't be afraid to draw the lines through the word Minotaurus on the wall. And we're going to the solution. All right. Use straight lines to connect the eyes of the bats in the order of the colors on the gemstones connected on riddle card G. Well, I did that. In the process, you will cross out letters in the word Minotaurus. Just 3 letters will not be crossed out, I, O, and S. I, O, S. They could also be numbers. Smallest to largest, 0, 1, 5. Oh my god, I don't have the right sort of brain for these games. Alright, so 0, 1, 5 is 5. Answer card 5. The Minotaur is 16. All right, get a long one here. You are fantastic, says the Minotaur with a smile. Now go, but you'd better hurry if you want to make it to the exit on time. You still have quite a distance to cover. You give your thanks to the Minotaur and continue on your way. The path makes a few bends, but there are no forks. You make an abrupt stop. A huge section of the path is missing from the ground in front of you. You can hardly dare to look down. The hole is gigantic. Floating next to you, you see a couple of stone slabs. Take riddle cards H to K from the stack. Turn to pages 8 and 9. Let's see what they say. H. Alright, we have to cut out, I guess, those words. H, I, J, K. We have what appears to be some sort of crossword puzzle type clue. We've got words here: question, unrestricted, art, melodrama, federation, time, reservation, notwithstanding, nature, and asset. I'm guessing we have to fill in the blanks here. So I think there's certain words that will only fit in certain sections. Like time goes there. Art. All right. A little hard to keep these in place, but I think we've got it going on here. Art, asset, reservation, federation, notwithstanding, unrestricted, melodrama, question, nature, time. We've got some sort of code with numbers here. So we have this X that goes down and makes the word assessment. We have reservation, assessment. Have you noticed how the words in the riddle card H to K are written in connected stone slabs? Interestingly, on precisely those slabs are missing from pages 8 and 9. The hole in the floor there has an odd shape. Do you think these stripes of words could fit? Note the length of the individual words. Yes, I already did that. Each stone tile missing from pages 8 and 9 has exactly one letter. That lets you determine the exact length of the word. But what do the two golden X's mean next to the abyss? They seem to be marking something. There's no avoiding it. You will just have to do some crossword puzzling. Then, note the 3 number combinations as well as the symbol icon on the pedestal. This should tell you what this is all about. Well, it doesn't. Okay, I give up on this one too. Arrange the words alongside one another on pages 8 and 9 in a way that perfectly fills the shape of the hole at the locations marked with an X. You will see the words find assessment. Oh, find. I didn't look down. Find assessment. Written vertically. You will find the assessment on page 7 of the rule book. Okay, well, page 7 of the rule book, which we conveniently skimmed right past. Oh, find assessment. 73 is greater than 60 minutes with 2 stars. Oh, shoot. No, oh my god, I'm not reading this right. All right. Less than 90 minutes with 2 is 8. $128 with 5 is 5. 64 at 3 would be 7. 857. 857 is 29. All right, answer card 4. Fascinating. As if by magic, the stone slabs slide together. You can continue on your way. After a few yards, a bunch of spiders come crawling out of the corridor on your right. You have a vague feeling that they are following you. They must know their way around pretty well among these walls. Fortunately, they are pretty slow. You hurry along. You laugh as you turn the next corner, and then stop petrified. What on earth is that? Take riddle cards L and M from the stack, along with the 4 strange items from the edge of the table, and turn to pages 10 and 11. Before you, a terrifying head emerges from a crack in the wall. The eyes of the woman are bound, but the snakes on her head seem to observe you alertly. Just as you are about to try sneaking past, the head speaks with a shrill voice. You want to try to pass me? Then tell me the numbers, 1, 2, 3. First pin, my darlings, nice and tight, for they have fled away from sight. Is the hissing of the snakes becoming louder and more wrathful? Yet Medusa continues undeterred. So, on the box you'll lay my head, then all else on top just like a bed. Consider where the jaws should be, they're hungry, so move carefully. The numbers can be found elsewhere. Go find them then, get out of my hair. For this is no more calculation, so go and seek the explanation. At that, the wild writhing and hissing stops, and a strange marking appears on the tail of one of the snakes. Alright, so let's put her head on this box. Push pin right there where the X is. Alright, but I think we need to connect all the snakes. All right, so how do we do this? Medusa must be an impressive age. How many do you think might have met their doom here? How long do you think she has been around? All right, well, I think we have to make these shadows here. So if we... This puzzle made me go to bed. I was too tired to even think this puzzle through. Came back today with a renewed spirit to try and figure it out, and I have no idea. So let's go ahead and find a hint card. All right. You have to be sure to follow the instructions in the poem on page 10. Accordingly, start by pinning the 3 snakes to the Medusa's head, then look at where the mouths of the snakes are lying. Riddle card L will help. The snakes form interesting shapes, don't you think? Do you notice any similarities with the shapes on riddle card M? Let's just go ahead and read the second hint card. If you orient the mouths of the snakes in such a way that they touch the color-matched animals from riddle card L... Oh, color. I didn't even notice the colors. Ugh, I'm so unobservant. On page 11, for the A, B, and C, you will get shapes that you will also find on riddle card M. But how to translate these shapes into numbers? Haven't you already seen the blue boxes on card M? Someplace or other, take a look at the 3 clues on card M. What could they be pointing to? Have we seen these somewhere before? Well, we got stuck the last time, having not looked through the instruction book fully. Let's start here. It's a weird shape on that box, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. Back too far. All right. I'm giving up. All right. The colored shapes on riddle card M can also be seen on the back of the game box. Well, I just looked on the back of the game box, didn't I? I guess I did not look closely. Indicating age, number of players, and the duration of play. What the... Oh my god. Okay, so back to this. Age is 10. How many? 1 to 4. How long? 65 to 120. That doesn't even make sense. I mean, I'm trying to be immersed in the world of the game, but the game is referring to outside things like something on the box. This is ridiculous. I'm getting irritated by this game. Now, if you've oriented the snakes for A, B, and C correctly, they will form shapes that can also be found on riddle card M. The locations of these shapes correspond to the locations of the numbers 415 printed on the game box, so the code is 415. I don't understand this clue at all. I'm completely just giving up on it. It is 415, answer card 11, which is Medusa, now answer card 21. Alright, good riddance. Exhausted, you leave Medusa behind you. You are happy to have escaped the snakes. Soon you are standing at a fork again. Will it never stop? You go to the right. No, a dead end. Just as you are about to turn around, out of the corner of your eye, you see an old wooden crate at the end of the corridor. It's locked, of course, but you are curious and in full-on riddle mode. Maybe you can open the lock. Next to the crate, you find a few notes. Take riddle cards N to Q from the stack. Do not turn to the next page. Okay, we've got some symbols, some more symbols, and more, and our locked box. All right, so these are numbered 1, 2, 3. All right, we have 3 cards with symbols. We have dashes. Are we supposed to write what those words are? Twig, chest, something like that. Let's see, get out my marker. So I think this is DRAGON. All right, so we have some letters in common. T. I think it's just the T, right? Twig and bow have nothing in, oh, W, hello. And O and dragon, so that's 2. All right, I think we might actually solve this one. All right, so this is rose. All right, so we have O, N, and I'm guessing that's E. Also, oh, has an H in there, also T, and these also have E's. T-H-R-E, and I messed up the, I guess that's just E, 3. So 3 is 3, so it goes 2, 1, 3. And 3, answer card 20. 20 is this little box, that's 19. Click, the chest springs open. You find a small strange box with a label, Exit the Cursed Labyrinth. Ha, you've become quite the experts on the topic of cursed labyrinths. The box might come in handy, so you put it in your pocket. You run back out of the dead end until you come to the previous path where you go right. But soon you have another decision to make. In one corridor, the walls are crumbling. There's a huge pile of rocks on the ground. You'd better leave that one alone. Keep in mind that you are never allowed to enter passageways with piles of rocks from broken walls. You keep going straight. Take riddle card R and turn to page 12 and 13. 12 and 13. Okay, so suddenly you find yourself in front of a mummy, and to your horror, it's alive. If you ever want to get out of here, you will need the contents of this little case. Yes, that's right. Of course, you'll need 3 numbers to open it. But do you know which ones? I thought not, sneers the mummy. One of you makes a move to grab the sword off the ground. Hey, you, roars the mummy, don't touch the weapons. The weapons are supposed to remain in pairs, right where they are. Now start. My patience has limits. Of course you may use your own weapons. You have your own small box, after all. With that, the mummy stops speaking and stares at you defiantly. Where will we find these numbers, you wonder, as you start to figure out the riddle? Okay, so let's see. I did notice on the box there are weapons, but how do we make this work? All right, so A, we have that hammer thing, which is there. I'm not even going to say it. We're just going to do it. All right, here we go. Strange how the mummy seems to be discreetly trying to give you clues. In any case, he is apparently emphasizing some of the words on page 12. All right, so we have weapons, remain in pairs on the box, stairs, numbers, I don't know. Emphasizing some of the words on page 12, which are written in cursive. Do they mean italics? Because I don't see any cursive. You will see identical weapons on the labyrinth sides of the game box. If the order really is that important, you should also arrange the weapons on the box in order from A to C, the way they are shown on page 13 of the book and on the chest on riddle card R. Do you notice something about the side panels of the box? The structure of the labyrinth seems pretty peculiar. Well, I do offhand notice some numbers here. Just fours. Is that a 4? That might be a 3, a 0. I don't know. All right, so let's find this out. All right, the mace. Where was the mace? Mace is here. Are we supposed to look at this? And the shield. Maybe we have to put the boxes together. Maybe this middle, maybe that's 8. All right, so let's say that. I think the mace and the shield are 8. All right, the hammer and the spear. There's the hammer. There's the spear. I mean, that could be a 1. Let's go with that. 1. All right, and then the sword and whatever that thing is. Other sword. Alright, sword. Am I supposed to turn it upside down? The sword's supposed to be on the bottom, so it's pointing that way. So I think it's supposed to look like that. I mean, that could be a 0, I guess. I don't know. Let's try 8, 10, which I'm pretty sure was a no. Alright, we have messed that up. Which means we're going straight to the solution. Alright, well, I guess we were kind of right. That was the 1, but I didn't see that 6. Alright. We were close. We almost got it. Alright. You open the chest. Inside you find a map. Does it show the labyrinth? You could jump for joy. Holding the map before you, you continue down the path. At the next fork, the right corridor has been rendered unpassable by a gaping hole in the ground. Suddenly, the goblins pop up again and yells, "You've got to get out of here!" "Okay, okay." You take the left branch. Soon you are standing in front of a door with "Exit" written on it. Could that be the way out? It's locked. Written next to it, you see a poem. Take riddle cards S and T and turn to page 14 and 15. Okay. You're standing at the exit door, recalling all that came before. Such is the path that took you there, so why not draw it if you dare? Once you have it, here's a hint. Just shrink the map of the labyrinth. Merely shrinking will suffice, no scissors need to cut or slice. Then sort the numbers, yes indeed, from small to large is what you need. Still having trouble, not quite sure? Then here's the final, certain cure. Just see what's written on card T, and all will end quite happily. Okay, so which order did we do the puzzle? I did this yesterday. Actually, it was 2 days ago. I took a day off. So we first went to the gargoyle guy. Oh, but then there were clues about rats and things, right? Are we supposed to include that? We didn't go through the rats, did we? I don't know. Something like that. Riddle card S invites you to draw your path on the labyrinth map shown on pages 14 and 15. Remember whom you've met and which paths you've chosen. Whom or what are you supposed to avoid? If you can't remember, take another look at answer cards 6, 19, and 26. The lines printed there in bold will help. So these remind me we're not supposed to enter rats or broken walls or goblins or spiders. That could be a 2. That's kind of like an 8. 4, 2, 8, 4. That's the wrong answer. All right. Did you see the vertical lines on page 14 and 15? Oh, no, I didn't. Fold the page along each line in the direction shown by the arrow. Of course, you first have to have penciled in the route you took. Keep in mind that the code has to be ordered from small to large. But what does all this have to do with riddle card T? No idea, although that card does have a certain similarity to answer card 25. I think I'm just supposed to fold it forward and then fold this one backward, like that, and then fold this one forward like that, and then backward like that. All right, so that looks like 2, 5, 3. 2, 5, 3. The 5 is answer card 25. That is not right. All right, I think it is right. So this is a red herring. These letters look the same, right? So we have some underlined letters. 25. Need something to write on. We have 25 must be pushed out of the disc. Interesting, interesting. $25 must be pushed out of the disc. All right, well, if 25 wasn't there, it would have been 8. So let's go to 8. And we're in the exit door, so that's 3. The door opens with a creak. Just as you are about to run inside, you hear a voice from above. It's the Guardian sitting on the wall. This time, he's really smiling. Congratulations, heroines and heroes. You have broken the curse of the labyrinth. A little after that, the most remarkable creatures run past you. Dragons, goblins, gods, mummies, and lots of other things rushing toward freedom. They dance and leap into the nearby forest. You have given us our freedom. The enchanted forest is big enough for all of us. We will live there together in peace and harmony. Take riddle cards U through Y. All right, U, V, W, X, Y. Oh, goodness. The Guardian returns his gaze to you, bends down and presses 4 odd coins into your hand. Here's a souvenir. Turn them over if you ever get stuck. With these words, he spreads his wings and flies off in the direction of the forest. Fascinated, you remain briefly transfixed by what just happened in front of you. Then your gaze drops to your watch. Oh, so late already. If you still want to catch the bus home, you'll have to get going. Each of you may take one of the coins on riddle cards V to Y. Hold on to them carefully. Who knows when you might lose your way again. And we have escaped and have our lucky coins. Not without a whole lot of mess, and I don't know what to say anymore except I didn't like this one. It was supposed to be easy. It wasn't. I had to use way too many clues. If we were keeping score, so there was the scoring system here, it took me well over 2 hours. And how many help cards did we use? Probably more than 10, so I get the lowest rating. Authors, Inca and Marcus. I hope you don't do the next one I do, but stay tuned because we are going to do another one soon. Hopefully I'm going to pick a little easier one. Till then, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and happy puzzling.